All right, hello everyone, Adrenaluke here. Welcome all to episode 4 of Dirty Driving ACC, the series where I expose dirty drivers on ACC. We have 12 clowns to expose today. You heard me right, 12 clowns. I've compiled a lot of footage of absolute filthy behavior, and I'm going to rank them from 12th place, being the least dirty of all the clowns, to first place being the most dirty. So that means this video is going to progressively become more of a circus the longer you watch it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this one's taken the 12th place spot because it's not 100% clear if this was intentional or not, but regardless, it should have been avoidable. So I was on the inside of turn number 1 at Spa. Now, he knows I'm in the inside, but he takes the inside anyways. He disregards I'm on the inside, and he goes full throttle as if I'm not even there. Now, let's go back, and let's put it to hood view from his perspective. So, I think we're on my car now. If we just go to his car, oops, wrong car, and if we just go to hood camera, so we can see from his perspective on the hood to show where the contact was made. Now, we're going to have it at half speed to slow it down. Keep in mind, I'm already on the inside, so he doesn't care that I'm taking the inside of the turn. Look at how sharply he turns on the inside there as if my car's not even there, and he just goes full throttle as if I'm not there either. So I don't know what his deal is now. It looked like he was gonna wait. He slowed down a little bit, but then he just continues on. So I don't know. It's up to you guys whether it was intentional or not. Moving on. Taking the 11th place spot, we're here at Barcelona. I was having a pretty good battle with this Ferrari, and I'm off frame right now. I'm to the right side of him. I'm trying to claim the inside of turn number 1. I get past him, but I go too deep. I have to brake pretty hard. That lets him go right past me and take the position right back. Everything's clean by this point, but let's skip a little bit ahead here. And now I'm once again on the inside, right to the left of him. He's going to barely brush up my car there. Hardly any contact there. You could barely even see it, so nothing major. I'm able to go past him, but again, I go too deep. Now, that was an aggressive lunge to go right past me there. He barely cut me off. Nothing too dirty there. That's still a legal move. Nothing wrong with it. It was a bit aggressive, but I would not say that that move was dirty. Now, this is where things get very, very bizarre. And you know what? Before I show you it from his perspective, let's go to my car. And I'm going to show you how this looked like from my perspective first. So let's go to inside my car. And I want to show you guys just how this looks. So we're in my car now. Now he's 2 cars ahead of me. So watch, 2 cars ahead of me. He's already braking, but he just parks. And he lets that guy through. But then he turns into me when I was in the inside. He was already on the outside, so I'm not sure why he cut to the inside there. Much like the clip I showed you guys before this at Spa. I guess people don't understand that when you're on the inside of the turn, you know, it's like, when it's, look at this, he's to the outside and he's to the right side of me, right there where I paused it. When it's side-by-side racing, you have to acknowledge that if you're on the inside, you stay on the inside the duration of the turn. If you're on the outside, you stay on the outside the duration of the turn. If you're side-by-side through a turn, you stay on that side through the duration of the turn. I don't understand why these people treat it as if there's not a car to the side of them through a turn when there is. And, I mean, he acknowledged that that other Ferrari was there, and he let him by. So I don't know why he waited until he was clear. He let that Ferrari go clear, and then he cut sharp into me. So let's look at it from his perspective now. Okay, so we're going to change back to his car. And this was just so bizarre. Now, let's put it in chase cam. And we're going to slow it down. So we're getting near the end of the back straight here, and he's braking hard, but then he's going to let this guy by. See, he lets him by, and then he sharply turns to the... Look at that! He sharply turns to the inside. He did not even bother to stay on the outside, and it's like he timed it when I was there. I don't know if something about me and his battle we had just really upset him or something. I felt like that wasn't really deserved. I don't know why he just quickly cut towards the inside. So that incident, to me, it's less of a question whether it was intentional. It seems like it leans more towards the intentional side than the other clip. And that's why I rank it 11th place. And it's still kind of a question on whether it was intentional. It's still not 100% intentional. I mean, there's still a little bit of a question there. But moving on to the 10th place spot now. All right, taking the 10th place spot. You're probably wondering why I suddenly just parked on the side of the track. That's because I was in a lobby where it was only me and one other person, and I was way ahead of him, and it was getting boring me being by myself. So I gave him the chance to catch up so we can have some good racing again. So he's coming by me on the straight there. I start to pick the throttle back up. I catch back up to him, and let's skip ahead to where I'm next to him. So I catch back up to him right up here, and the incident occurs a little later on. Okay, at the end of this turn, watch what happens here. So I'm really gaining on him right here, but he's going to brake late. He's going to go off the track. Now let's pause right here. Look at this. He's off the track right now, so the responsibility lies on him to have a safe rejoin. Even though he didn't spin or anything, he's still facing forwards. By definition, he's still off the track right here. So he has a responsibility to make sure that it's safe to rejoin. I do not have to give him room. He has to let me pass because he's off track. If he still had a set of wheels on the track, then I would need to give him space. But I'm able to take the racing line, and I'm able to apply as much throttle as I need to go and take the whole track because he is not on the track right now. So let's slow this way down. But look at this. He sharply just turns right into me right there. So that's just like, dude. Let's put this from his. Let's put this to his car, and let's look at it from his perspective. So watch this. He brakes way too late. He's way off the track here. Now, what he could have done before he sharply turns to the left here. Look at how much room is ahead of him. He's not on grass or anything. He's on pavement or tarmac, whatever this is. It's still a flat surface. He's not on grass. It's not going to slow him down. So what he could do, he knows he's going slower than me. He could keep going straight until my car is ahead of him and then turn back onto the track. But no, instead he turns sharply right in front of my car, causes impact right there. That's negligence. Whether he meant for an accident to happen or not, that is absolute negligence right there. He has no idea what he's doing. Like, I get that could have been an accident, but it's so avoidable that's just pathetic, man. That is such negligence. Like, come on. Moving on to the 9th place spot now. Taking the 9th place spot, we are back at Barcelona again for a different race this time, and a different Ferrari as well. I don't know why it's always the Ferraris. That's me ahead of him in the Lamborghini. Now, when I'm defending, I have a habit of sticking to the inside early. You see, I just did it here in this corner, so I stick to the inside early, but that makes me have to stay slow around it because I'm on the inside early. And he doesn't like that, and it's apparently ticking him off. So you can see up here, I take the inside really early again, and look at what he does. He just shoves me out of the way. He got tired of me doing that. I was doing it several times. I'm not going to show all the several times I defended on the inside early because I'd make the video too long, but let's go back and let's look at this in slow motion. So I'm already on the inside of this turn. I'm defending early on. I have to go slow around the inside because I didn't take the driving line of going out and out pattern. I was just sticking inside throughout the whole thing. So you have to go slower to do that. And he didn't want to accept that he's stuck behind me. He didn't want to try to pass me on the outside. He just deliberately pushes my car out of the way because that was about the 10th time that I defended on the inside. So he obviously got impatient and said, screw this guy. I'm just going to push him out of the way. And you see that caused another accident with me and that Porsche back there because of what he did. And he just breezes on by without a care in the world. Absolutely despicable. I don't know how he's proud of that win because he did not earn that victory. Moving on now to the 8th place spot. Taking the 8th place spot, watch his BMW in front of me. He's going to cut me off right there. Nice rejoin, buddy. I had to hit my brakes in somewhere where I absolutely shouldn't brake. That already was bad enough. But watch this. 1, 2, 3. 3 bits of contact there pushing me wide off the track. That looked like a scene off of a D-rank lobby in Gran Turismo. Ignore that car that just flew off the track in the background there. But then later on, up here, watch this. I'm coming up to this turn up here, and then watch behind me. Bam! He's just going to nudge me off the track. That is what? The 4th time he's made contact with me, and he's cut me off. So I'm really not pleased with this guy. But I'm not going to seek revenge. In fact, I passed him clean up here. I didn't even touch his car when I passed him here. But despite me passing him clean, the next chance he gets, he's going to try to nudge me wide again. Right there, he hits my car. but it causes him to end up in the gravel. I was able to brake super hard and stay on the track, so that is karma. Now moving on to the 7th place spot. Taking the 7th place spot, I'm going to show you my perspective first. We're heading into the 2nd chicane here at Monza. Watch the guy in front of me. He's going to basically park his car. I'm waiting for him to move. He forced me to wait. And so then look ahead. What is going on? It's public lobbies, guys. You got to love them. And then look at this. Boom. And then he's sliding. And then I have no choice but to hit him. I tried to avoid it, and then I'm spinning out of control. More people hit me from behind, and then I'm off the track. Now, I'm going to show you a different perspective of what on earth just happened. Watch this. The pink Mercedes is going to be braking at first, then he releases the brakes, slams the Porsche off. Not quite sure why he let go of the brakes there. It was a heavy braking zone into the 2nd chicane. Now those two cars just flew ahead of me. I'm behind them in the frame, and now the second chance he gets, he's right next to the Porsche, and he hits him a second time in a row. Both times he was next to him, he hits him. Seems pretty intentional to me. Let's move on now. Hey everyone, say hello to turn number 1 at Monza. What happens when you combine a slow chicane after a long straight on the first lap where everyone is condensed together and on cold tires and cold brakes with a public lobby? This is what happens. You get idiots like this who's starting in 6th place, but on the first turn he's going to try to pass all 5 of us, and I have this footage slowed down, by the way, and he's trying to pass everyone to gain the lead on the first turn, and he's already causing this much chaos. Just look at this. Why would you do this, man? Just be easy on the first turn. And that's me ahead of him that he's pushing into the gravel there. I had pole position, and then he's going to dangerously rejoin right in front of that Mercedes there. Didn't even check if the track's clear before re-entering as well. So a dangerous rejoin to have the cherry on top to add to all of that chaos he caused. You guys need to see an overhead view of that. You know, let's get an overhead view of all of this chaos that he caused. Let's cycle to the overhead. In fact, just look at this. Look at this. Look at all this chaos. Look at that. Look at that. All of that. All of this caused by one guy. All of that. Look at that. There he is. And then everyone else has to suffer because of his stupid decision to try to pass 5 of us and just come flying in like we're bowling pins. Come on, man. Oh my gosh, that is why he takes the 6th place spot in today's episode. And this was the 2nd chicane on the same race. You know, people ask me why I hate Monza. This is why. We are in the top 5 now. Taking the 5th place spot is this clown in the Honda here. We're in qualifying. We all 3 just left the pits. And look at what he does. He's going to cut across, aiming for that Audi, and he completely misses. Not much to say there. Just a typical idiot that you'll always come across in online lobbies. Let's see this with the footage slowed down. Let's just put it to about half speed. You can clearly see that he's aiming for the Audi, and he misses. Again, not much to say there. Just a typical idiot. And taking the 4th place spot, we're in qualifying at Monza. Not even during a race, but in qualifying. The guy leaves the pit lane, and he already crosses over the solid white line. Yeah, great job, buddy. But then watch this. That's me ahead of him going properly through the chicane. He cuts across the grass, aims for my car, T-bones me. Why? We're in qualifying. How does that benefit you at all? Are you just trying to... I think the only explanation for this is that he's just trying to ruin everyone's qualifying laps. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, why else would he be doing this? He just leaves pit lane and just sees me up there and just cuts across all the grass and then turns towards my car here to just T-bone me. I think the only explanation of that is that he's just trying to ruin people's qualifying laps because he's obviously not trying to make his good. Now get ready, guys, because the top 3 in today's episode are going to make your jaw drop to the floor. Okay, everyone, we're in the top 3, taking the 3rd place spot. This isn't necessarily one person taking the 3rd place spot, more of this just being an absolute circus with clowns everywhere. I have this footage at half speed. Look, the Honda already in the grass just when he's on the straight. Not sure how that happens. The race just started. Now look at this. There's going to be the Honda cutting across, hitting the Ferrari and the Audi, and then the Lamborghini, for whatever reason, just goes off and hits the Audi too. That was two clowns there, to be honest. But then look at this. The Audi that got hit by the Honda is just going to rejoin without even checking if it's clear. Same thing with the Lamborghini. There's more contact up there. Not sure what happened with him. I think that's the same Honda again. Just an absolute circus. This is an absolute circus. I don't know. Let's go back and see what happened with that Honda now. Let's go to the Honda and figure out what happened with him there. So yeah, he rejoined without thinking. He doesn't even check if it's clear. Look at this, and bam, just an absolute circus all around. Now let's go back to the Lamborghini and let's just watch this one more time, but in full speed now. Okay, so the race is just starting. Honda already in the grass. Now again, this is at full speed. And look at all the madness that happens up there. Why did this guy just cut way across the track? So it's not just the Honda up there, but that Lamborghini just cuts across the whole track too. All of them, not a single person checks if it's clear to rejoin. Like all three of them just rejoined without a care in the world. Just what an absolute mess. This is public lobbies in a nutshell. Now, moving on to the second place spot is going to be a clip from my stream. I was live streaming when this happened, and I didn't save a replay. So I'm just going to show you guys a clip from a live stream to show you guys the second place spot. You're defending and qualifying, dude? What is your problem? What was that? This is qualifying, FYI, not a race. Jeez, dude.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
What is this guy's deal? Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this clown, dude. Oh my god. Jeez. Probably gonna clip that from my stream, and that's definitely going in my episode of Dirty Driving. Jeez, what is...
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Driving at 2 miles an hour, and now I'm stuck behind this guy again that swerves everywhere to block you. What is his problem, dude? Oh my god. And here it is, the #1 spot for the most filthy, dirty driver in today's episode. Look ahead of this McLaren here. That Audi, he is the culprit. That Audi there is waiting for people. Because look at this. As soon as the Honda tried to pass him, he just turned right into him. Now, the McLaren is being smart because he's just waiting. So the Audi brakes. He's not even going near him. So the Audi is going to shift into reverse. And that causes the McLaren to go in reverse and hit another McLaren because he's just trying to avoid the Audi. And then the Audi's going to get right up next to the McLaren again. Tried to ram him. He barely nicked him there. And he's braking again. And he tries to ram that Honda that just passed again. And so the McLaren's just waiting for this guy to just move or something. And he's going in reverse again. So the McLaren's reversing to avoid him. And it causes him to reverse right into me. You're going to see in a second here. Bam! And the Audi disappeared because he got disqualified. So now let's show you guys what this looked like from my perspective. So let's change the car here to my car. And I was in hood view actually in this race because I was using controller for reasons that would make this video too long to explain. So anyways, I was in hood view. So this is how it looked like for me. I'm just strolling along in a pretty slow car. I'm not in a GT3 car. This is a new TCX car. So I'm coming along this blind corner and I see two cars parked. I just see them both reversing. and then bam, right into me, and that McLaren was spinning out of control too. And I basically just quit this lobby after that. I didn't know that the Audi that was responsible for all that got disqualified, and I didn't know that he would not be able to cause any more chaos. From my perspective, it looked like the McLaren was causing all that, because all I see is 2 cars going in reverse, and I didn't know that both of the cars had to be going in reverse because of that idiotic Audi that was causing all that carnage. And I don't know why people act like this, and there is just so much reason why that guy takes the #1 spot for the biggest clown out of all 12 that I was exposing today. Well, technically 13, since there was 2 clowns in the 3rd place spot. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. Race fast, race clean, and I will see you all in the next video.
Game over.